Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, I'm going to teach y'all how to change your lawnmower blades on your lawnmower. All right, first things first, not everybody's lawnmower is going to be the same. This one here is the Bad Boy Maverick 723 or 726 cc 54 inch deck, and pretty much every lawnmower blade that I've ever changed out on any lawnmower is about the same process. Might be a different size bolt, most of the time different size blades. But the first thing I like to do is get a set of ramps, and you can pick these up at Walmart. I actually picked these up at a garage sale for $5, so keep an eye out the garage sales so you can drive your mower up on it to give you a little bit more room as you work underneath. It's not as much room as I would like. I used to have a lawnmower that would sit up like this, and it was very easy to change the blades on them. And also, some people have a come along they'll put to the front of their lawnmower and tie it to like the beam there and raise it up that way. I'm doing the most basic that I can do right here to show y'all, you know, y'all can do it just as well. A lot of people want to take their lawnmowers to the shop and get it done, and they usually charge a couple of $100s to change the blades. Do it yourself and save a lot of money. Also, these blades on this particular lawnmower, it takes 3 of them, and they are $20 a piece, so that's $60. But get your serial number, your model number, and go shopping on Amazon, eBay, and I found brand new blades for $10 a piece. So I got 3 brand new blades for this mower, and they seem to be a lot sharper than the factory blades. For $10 a piece, so I saved $30 by getting my blades offline. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get the lawnmower up on the ramps and figure out how I'm gonna put the camera so y'all can see underneath with me, and show you what we need to do to get the blades off. Be right back. All right, guys, I got it jacked up. And in this particular case, my lawnmower was really low, so I went ahead and used a jack to lift it up a little bit more and give me a little bit more room under there. Not that case with every lawnmower, but with this one it is. So you're going to need a good wrench and a block, and I'll show you why here. Let me get down here in these rocks. So, like I said, I have 3 blades under here, and I put a wooden block against that blade to keep it from turning while you're loosening the screw. And you do that on each blade. You can see there's one there and one over there. And in this particular case, this nut size is a 15/16. Now, some lawnmower blades are going to have 3 holes. Some will have 2 holes, one here and one here. Some will have 2 on the ends and 1 in the middle. So there'll be a hole here, and 1 in here. But on this particular lawnmower, it's just 1 hole. So I'll get these blades off, and I'll show you what it looks like and how to put the other ones back on. So give me 1 second here. Okay, so I got this blade off, and let me show you something here. See how this blade is got a split right here. These curves right here on this blade is what catches the grass and throws it out. When you're as flat as that one, see how flat it is? You're not really throwing no grass out of the lawnmower, so that's why it gets clumped up. And you can see how this blade is curved down. It's supposed to be straight like this. So this blade and all of the other blades are pretty much wore out. So these are trash, and it has to do with a lot of our sandy soil that we have down here when we're mowing, or the little pebble rocks will wear these blades out. This blade is actually cracked here. You can see the crack there. It goes almost all the way to the other side, and on here too. So it's very important that you inspect your blades each season, and unfortunately I did not. The only difference in these two blades is the part number is one number off. If you look at this number here, it's 038000500, and these blades here is 0380010. And I had to do my research on it and call the dealership. The only difference is the thickness of the blade. See how that blade is, and this blade is a little bit thicker. So that means that this is a little bit lighter blade. It'll spin a little bit faster, but it's still going to do the same job for half the price. So it might not last as long as these blades here, which these blades lasted 2 seasons. But even if I get 1 season out of these, which the season is over with, we're fixing to be in October, I might have 1 or 2 more mowings, and then I'll mow with these all next year. And I don't just mow my yard, I mow other people's yards as well. But yeah, I'll save money doing this. Also, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the key is turned off on your lawnmower and the parking brake is set. You don't want the lawnmower accidentally cranking while you're turning the blades on you while you're under there. Matter of fact, take the key out of it, make sure the parking brake is set, and just don't let nobody get near the lawnmower while you're working on it. Now, let me get these new blades on, and I'll come back to you, show you how they look, and then we'll go take it for a test mow and see how it mows. One more real quick thing. A lot of these lawnmowers, the blades will say this side up. That means facing the lawnmower. These blades do not have that on either side. So the way you're going to know how to put this blade on so that you don't put it upside down is these bends. Those curves always face the deck, always face up towards the sky. So when it's turning, it will grab the grass clippings and sling it out of the deck. Like I said, some blades will say this side up, some do not, as this one doesn't. But you always want to remember that the curve of the blade faces up, not down. So if you put it facing down, you won't be able to cut your grass, and it won't sling any grass out. So curve always goes up on every lawnmower blade, no matter what deck you're changing it on, what lawnmower, push mower, whatever. The curvature of the blade on the ends always goes facing up. We'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to do this one-handedly. As you can see, I've got the other 2 blades on down there. The fins are facing up. The fins are facing up on this one. This is an old blade, and I'm going to attempt to take this one off. So just keep on screwing until it all comes off and the blade kind of falls off. Throw the old blade to the side, grab the new blade. Again, the fins facing up. And while I'm doing this, I'll talk to you. It's kind of hard to do one-handedly, but I will give it my best shot. Get it started here so I can go with my train of thought. Okay, see, the blade's just going to free spin while you're screwing on the single bolt blades, which is fine. It'll lock in place once the nut gets up there, and these are long-winded nuts. Again, the fins are faced to the top. You can see they're faced towards the deck. You just screw it right on up there. Now, let me give you some pointers on how to tell if you're possibly may need new blades for your lawnmower, whether it be a push mower, riding mower, or what have you. If you're mowing and it just don't mow like it did when it was new, it clogs up really easy, and it used to not clog up easy, that's a good sign. If you're mowing with a riding mower and it's making lines, one side is cutting better than the other side, that's also a sign that you have bad blades. I'm gonna try to set the tripod up here, and I'll show you how I tighten them up, because it can get a little tricky. So what you want to do is get you just a piece of wood or a piece of metal, something small that you can jam in. But you want to find a point where the blade meets, like right here, where the blade meets this, where you can put the block of wood in there, and when you pull the blade to it, the wood stops. I mean, the blade stops on the blade. You see that? So you can kind of let it go and get your little ratchet. Of course, mine is on the loosening side, so I gotta flip it. And just tighten it up. Again, this one is a 15/16 blade bolt, and not all of them are going to be that size, so you'll have to find the size that's for your lawnmower. Let me see if y'all can see that right there. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but oh, my wood fell out. That's going to happen. Just pick it up and put it right back in place. Put the board right back in there to jam it in there on that blade, where you can get a good snug tight. Ugh. Just like that. So there you have it. All three blades are changed. They're all tightened up. Get my camera fixed here, and I got all three new blades on the mower. So again, if your mower's not mowing right, if you're leaving lines in the yard, it's getting clogged up really fast. It could be that your fins have straightened out, or your blades are just dull. And sometimes the blades don't need to be replaced. Sometimes you can take them to a place and have them sharpened if you don't know how to sharpen them. There's plenty of videos out there on how to sharpen your lawnmower blades. A lot of people do it with grinders. I don't recommend using a grinder, because it heats the blade up and it takes the tensile strength out of the blade. A good half round bastard file, usually a Nicholson. I love Nicholson files, and put it in a vise, and if you have a vise, and just take your time and sharpen your blades. But usually if you take your blades to a lawnmower shop to get them sharpened, they're only about $5 a blade to get them sharpened if your blades are still good and you just need them to be sharpened. But that being said, let me get it off this jack stand, and let's go see how it mows. We'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm gonna take y'all with me. Y'all probably won't be able to hear me, but let's go see how this thing mows, and I'll give you a couple of more tips and pointers on lawnmowers. So let's check her out. My grass is pretty thick right through here. It's usually really thick in here and thick way out there. So let me throttle it up, turn the blades on, lower the deck, and see how she does. Just the right height and everything. I'm gonna set y'all up over here, and we're gonna go mow a little bit, see how she goes. I'm getting the camera all dusty. Let's try to set y'all up here. center of gravity. Let's go test it out. I hope y'all enjoyed this little tutorial. You can kind of see where I mowed. It's probably going to be the last mowing of the year since we're starting to get cooler weather, but it's just smooth and throws the grass out nicely and does a really good job. Now if y'all are looking to purchase a lawnmower and you don't know what to get and you need a good size riding lawnmower, the Bad Boy, I've had this thing for a long time. It has been through some ringers. But always before you mow, check your oil in your mower. It's just as simple as pulling the dipstick out and looking. Same way with your car. It's all over the dipstick now, but it's normal because I checked it before I started. But always check your oil. Particularly saying this to Frogfoot Holler, because if y'all didn't see him with his couple of videos back, he has a really nice tiller and he forgot to check the oil in it and messed up the old engine. So these engines are not cheap. This is a Kawasaki engine. It's very powerful, and I don't want it to mess up because that would cost me a lot of money. I have a couple of repairs to do on this lawnmower today. One of my headlights fell off. You can see it dangling here. So I'm going to have to get it rebolted back up and get that taken care of. But these little deals here are speakers, and this is a little stereo system that I got. You know, listen to the radio while you're mowing grass. And this holds 7 gallons of gas. So it's although it's about 3 or 4 years old, I have mowed a lot of yards with it. But the 726 Maverick Bad Boy, you just can't beat it. It's a welded deck, very thick deck, and I've mowed grass as tall as I am, and you just raise that deck up and you keep right on going through it, cutting it all down. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helps you out. God bless each and every one of y'all. Tell your loved ones you love them, because you never know what tomorrow brings, and we'll see y'all next time.